You're listening to DC High Volume, Batman. Dick Grayson has returned to Haley's Circus, the place where his former life as an acrobat performing with his parents tragically ended and his life with Batman began, only to find that it, too, has changed. Here, among the performers who were once his family, he searches for answers about who he is beyond Batman's shadow. Meanwhile, back in Gotham, Alfred discovers that Batman has apprehended an intruder for trying to steal the tires off the Batmobile. And now, Nightwing Year 1, Chapter 3.
Donna Troy, you have a call from Dick Grayson.
Hello? Merciful Hera!
Donna? Are you all right?
It's okay, Dick. I was just startled. It's Gar's turn to make breakfast. But he's making it as an octopus because, and I quote, "You can do more with 8 arms than 2.
Been there, done that. Have the stains on my clothes to prove it.
Where the heck have you been, Boy Wonder? I'll never forgive you or Wally for leaving me in charge of the circus.
Exactly.
Come again?
Oh, nothing. I'm just sorting some stuff out, trying to decide what to do with the rest of my life.
Any luck?
A few options have opened up. I'm thinking of exploring my roots.
That's cool. Grayson is an English name, right?
Not those roots, Donna. My circus. Under the big top and all that.
The world can always use more clowns.
Ha, ha.
Gar! I have to go, Dick. Waffle emergency.
Yeah, they're the worst kind of emergency. After you fired me, I thought I just wanted to go off somewhere by myself. It seemed like the right thing at the time. I wanted to be alone. I wound up just lonely. Maybe butting heads with a few would-be world crushers alongside the Titans would have been more therapeutic. We'll never know, will we?
Tough being on your own, huh?
What?
Away from the people you know. Has to be hard.
What would you know about it?
You'd be surprised, Boy Wonder. Me? I'm God's lonely man. Lost everyone I ever loved. Death took them away from me. The funny part is, they're all still alive. See you around.
A creepy little man in a suit and top hat. People love that kind of stuff. In Arkham. Hold on a second. Did he call me Boy Wonder?
Heads up!
Hey, Deadman. Almost got clobbered by him as he dove off the trapeze. Have to admit, he's got a few moves.
So, the new kid comes to show us his stuff.
A little warm-up, I guess?
Yeah. What's your act?
I'm still working on some ideas. You took over your brother's routine, right?
It was a moneymaker until he became Deadman for keeps.
He starts pulling back his skull-face mask. It really stands out against the bright red outfit. So that was Boston brand, and you're Cleveland.
No, I don't have a brother named Pittsburgh or a sister named Miami.
Sorry.
I'd stay and watch your work, but there's a long neck in my trailer with the brand name on it, if you catch my meaning. I'll let your act be a surprise, okay?
Sure. And I thought we'd have something in common. How many people do you meet who've lost a family in falls from the high wire?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, the Flying Graysons!
Sometimes, I'm surprised I can even stand on a high ledge after what happened to the Flying Graysons. Boss Zuko could have sabotaged Haley's Circus any number of ways to drive down business and get his protection money. Instead, he gave the crowd that night a show they'll never forget.
Watch as young Dick Grayson waits to catch his parents at the top of a truly perilous height. Now, high above the big top, the triple... Oh, no.
No. I know I won't. The thing is, When my mom and dad died, attendance actually went up.
Hey, you've been staring at that trapeze a while now.
Huh? Pop?
You sure you want to do this, Dickie? I know it's in your blood and all, but you got nothing to prove to nobody.
He does if he wants a paycheck, Pop. Only the elephants work for peanuts around here.
Lorna.
I've been thinking about your costume, Dick.
Costume?
This is a circus, remember? Bright lights, flashy clothes, exotic beasts. Take a look at this. I found some old promos in the office trailer Pop and I share.
Whoa, look at that.
Is that my dad?
Haley's Circus proudly presents ace acrobat Johnny Grayson. Angel without wings. See now where Boston Brand got the idea for his red union suit with the high collar? Stole it right from under your dad, Dickie.
Minus the pixie boots. Those were my idea.
You like pixie boots? You know, I used to wear pixie boots. Ask anyone.
Dick, just so you know, I don't date the talent. Not anymore. If you like it, go see Aubrey in the wardrobe truck. She'll get you outfitted before we start letting the rubes in.
All business, huh?
Don't take it personal, Dickie. She and Boston Brand were an item before someone up and shot him down. You and Cleve both have big shoes to fill when it comes to the family business.
Can't believe I never saw this before. That red suit looks sharp.
Dredges up the past, huh?
More like it makes me think of the future. Come on, Pop. It's been forever since you bought me a corn dog and a funnel cake. And there's nothing like a home-cooked meal. Home. Funny how quickly the circus welcomed me back in a way that I never felt at Wayne Manor, where I was always a guest.
Yes, Miss Troy. Mineral spirits and a dash of seltzer. Even the most persistent batter stain will yield. Please do inform Mr. Wayne or myself if you learn Richard's present whereabouts. We would very much appreciate knowing that he is well. Good day to you, miss.
Thanks, Alfred.
Who knows quite well where Master Richard is, but shan't betray his confidence, I should imagine. 10:47. There we are. Richard? Dick, let me get you out of those restraints. You're not. Who are you?
His name is Jason Todd. I caught him trying to steal the tires off the Batmobile last night.
And do you intend to keep him?
I'll let you know. In the meantime, make us some sandwiches. A variety, your discretion. Jason and I are going to have a long talk.
With both circuses weathering hard times, I wasn't gonna demand my own trailer. And I sure wasn't gonna bunk with that ego trip Cleveland Brand. Still, there were drawbacks to rooming with Bongo and Jungle Jimmy. I thought bats were bad. At least they don't snore. And I'm not finding clowns as charming as I used to.
Still have sawdust in your blood, Boy Wonder?
Huh?
I like the way you have my brother going. He'll always be a jealous little jerk.
Your brother?
Only child, right? Sure you are. I remember the papers. You don't know about sibling rivalry. It ate my brother alive. Now you come along.
Melissa?
Gotta run.
Melissa?
Sorry, Miss Kissel.
What's gotten into you?
It was the same voice as the little man in the suit earlier.
Your costume's done and... you look like someone stepped on your grave.
Right. Cleveland. You know that little girl?
Nah. Pop's invited a local school for an open house. Hopes the little brats will bug their parents to buy tickets. Suit up, Grayson.
Yeah.
See what you can do.
Sure. Someone knew my identity. Knew I was Robin. If I didn't know he was a complete fake, I think it was the Grand Vizier, our mind reader. Or maybe that spooky Vashnu guy from the Hill Brothers side. But 2 minutes on the traps and I forgot all of that. The feeling of pure physical exertion reminded me that this is where I came from, where I really belong. The routine was the same. The physical memory's all there. The only difference was an audience. Someone was watching and it was okay. Maybe you never needed that. Maybe it's silly. I don't. But it felt good though. It felt right not hiding my light under a bushel.
Ta-da. You got chops, sport. In the jeans, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Nice outfit. You look good in blue. Mind if I take a workout?
That creepy kid. Now she was below me watching a clown juggle devil sticks, laughing, not looking creepy at all. Something had been weird with her eyes before, just like that little man in the suit. Couldn't figure that one out.
Hey, still with us?
Go ahead. I wasn't gonna let it bother me. I wasn't gonna let anything bother me. But you trained me too well.
Come on back. Come on back. Stop! Damn kids. Lion!
Big cat!
Lion!
Big cat! My dad used to tell me that us circus folk have the best job in the world because we help people to be happy. And then you came along and taught me how to help people another way. Flying Grayson, Boy Wonder, Teen Titan, Lion Tamer. Oh my. Hey! Over here! Head for the exit! Go! Go! Okay. Easy, fella. I don't want to hurt. Where are those devil sticks? I've known Kimba since he was a cub, but with 2 circuses sharing the bill, there's more than one pride under the big top. Translation? This wasn't my old pal Kimba. Found him. Let's hope the stainless steel sticks stand up to this guy's jaws.
I got a clean shot.
Watch his mouth, Dick!
Just give the dart time to kick in.
Easier said than done. Not that I don't have experience as life-size kibble. Remember the time Catman sicked those half-starved cougars on us? Those were the days.
Now that's a death-defying routine.
Yeah, best I ever saw. And I've seen them all.
Double your wages if you can manage it twice nightly and make it just as dramatic for the paying customers, Dick.
I don't need money that bad, Lorna. I went to the circus looking for direction. But the fact of the matter is, I already have a purpose. Just not with you anymore. If I'm gonna continue helping people, I'll have to do it on my own. And by my own devices.
Looks like bird, no? Still need to hone the edges, Dickie. You like?
I like Stan.
Hey, Dick. Lauren and Pop said you quit. What's this?
Oh, hey, watch out, that's still... Ow! Hot. Let's take a walk.
Yeah. What you got cooking here, anyway?
Just some new tools. I've decided to go back to my former line of work.
Hope it wasn't something I said. Boy Wonder.
You're Boston Brand, aren't you? I read my mentor's files on you.
In the flesh, kid. Actually, it's my baby brother's flesh. Not too bad a fit, actually.
Are you my guardian angel here, Deadman?
Nah. I watch over Cleve and Lorna when I can. I just happen to recognize a familiar face from one of my other haunts.
You knew my father, right? Do you think he'd be proud of me? With what I do outside the circus?
How could he not, Boy Wonder? You're better than him and me put together. And if I ever earn an admission ticket to the pearly gates, I'll tell him so.
Convince him to stay on, Cleve?
Lorna Hill, as I live and breathe. You still can make a guy's heart go pitter-patter, dollface.
Excuse me? Unbelievable.
She doesn't date the talent.
Yeah, tell that to my brother.
Proximity alert. Ecto detection. Proximity alert. Ecto detection.
Hey, Rube.
Boston.
There's something wrong when a ghost can't even sneak up on you bats. You know, this Pennyworth guy's pretty spry for his age. My pal the Grim Reaper won't be coming for him anytime soon.
I take it you found him.
At the circus, just like you thought.
And is he coming back?
Doesn't look like it. Apparently the kid doesn't need your safety net. If that's all, I'll be taking my leave of Alfredo here. Got places to go, people to possess. Be seeing you, bats. Oh, my.
Steady, old friend.
I must apologize, Master Bruce. Something strange just came over me.
Bruce? Is that your real name?
Good Lord.
Well, what do you think? Suit fits me pretty well. Bit loose, but Alpha can take the hems in. Jason Todd, the boy wonder.
Let me just put the mask on first, then give me your expert opinion. I admit it's a little rough, but this is basically what I have in mind. Dad's old suit with the high collar, a coat of blue, a pair of Eskrima sticks, some batarangs, courtesy of Stan. Oh, you're right. I can't call him that anymore. Birdarangs? Wingdings. Don't care if you like it or not, Jimmy. So long as you can keep a secret.
To be continued. And now, years earlier at Haley's Circus. A tragedy has struck the big top. Batman arrives to investigate. Is the answer in the cards? This is The Fool's Journey.
C.C. Haley and Norton Brothers Circus, Madame Fortuna's tent. A long time ago, but it feels like yesterday. A crystal ball on the main table. Lanterns hanging from above. Books and tarot cards are scattered across the floor, along with the fortune teller herself. Are you sure she was murdered?
There's no prints. Nothing was stolen. No signs of a struggle. Besides the obvious knife in her chest.
Then why do you need me?
It just felt like your territory.
Can't promise I'll find anything. I'll let you know when I'm done. And Gordon, you don't have to call me every time you see a clown. I agree with Gordon. I won't find anything on the knife. 4 cards are strewn about next to Madame Fortuna. The Fool, Strength, the Lovers, the Emperor. There is blood on the tarot cards. Did you lay them out after you were stabbed? What were you trying to tell me? Here in your hand, another card. The 2 of Swords. I've never bought into divination or cartomancy, but when in Rome... If it is a message, might as well start at the beginning. The first card. The Fool. You.
Oh, heavens! What are you doing here? Looking for a gig? You'll fit right in.
I have questions about Madame Fortuna.
Sure. We're getting close to showtime, so you'll excuse me if I keep working.
You were the one who found the body.
Yes. Yes, I was. I went to talk to her and saw her like that. Who would do such
What were you going to talk to her about?
I was supposed to deliver a message. She was engaged to my friend, Samson, but recently called it off. He was too upset to talk to her, so he asked me to find out why. Not like he would do nothing, though. Samson loved her. Hey, where'd you go?
The next card, strength. Of course, Samson is a strong man. Doesn't look like he wants to talk.
The hell do you want? I already told the cop. I don't know anything. But just leave me the hell alone.
I'm not the cops. Why did Madame Fortuna break off your engagement?
I already told you. Did he? I kept our breakup a secret because I was sure she would take me back. We were so happy together. Binary stars. She called us, said that we were bound together by fate. But then she left me without even telling me why! We're in love. And now I'll never know. Leave me alone. I've got nothing else to say.
He's got a temper. And that's not the first time it's flared up. Tells me everything I need to know without saying a word. While he was destroying circus property, I saw something already on the floor. A half-torn poster of the Flying Graysons. Let's find out why he ripped it in half. Fortuna's next card is the Lovers.
Oh, nice one.
Does it refer to these two?
Yes, up here. Can we help you?
Oh, didn't think they'd bring in the bat. We're kind of busy, so...
Just a few questions. I just spoke to Samson about Madame Fortuna.
What did that jerk
John!
say?
John!
I've got you.
What the hell? Your questions couldn't wait until we were on the ground?
Whoa.
Samson has always been jealous. Fortuna and I were friends, but he didn't even like me talking to her. You want the truth? Ask Mr. Haley. I heard Fortuna in his office, arguing about someone named Zuko. Now leave me and my family alone!
Is everything...
Oh, it's okay, Dick. I'm fine.
Mr. Haley, the ringmaster, the Emperor.
So it's my turn, huh? Guess that means you talk to everyone else.
All that's left is for you to confess. I know about the argument you had with Fortuna.
Yeah? What about it? She was bossy, all right? Always telling me how I should run my business. We got heated this morning when she tried to warn me about my new, business partner, Zuko. I know his protection's a racket, but I tell her there's nothing I can do. He's got me up against a wall. She threatened to call the police. I didn't want that getting back to Zuko, so I fired her. I was just trying to protect her, you know? But she took it really hard. But what was I supposed to do?
Ladies and gentlemen, Haley and the Norton brothers welcome you to the circus. Tickets, please, step right this way. See the Flying Graysons do their death-defying routine. Mother, son, and father trio over no net. You've never seen anything like it.
That just leaves the Two of Swords.
Not sticking around for the show?
I've seen it before.
So, who did it?
You're not going to like this, Gordon. None of them.
What? You mean...
Suicide. It was in the cards. She left a blood stain on every one, each covering a single letter. The strong man, S. The Fool, O. The Emperor, R. The Lovers, R. And in the case of the Two of Swords, a shape. The swords form a Y. Rearranged, the letters spell out one word.
Sorry. Well, I'll be damned. How long did it take you to figure that one out? Wait, don't tell me. You knew all along. Why the song and dance?
I wanted to get the full story. Fortuna was in a toxic relationship and had just lost her job. She felt alone. It's all there.
It's just disappointing. I'm not saying that it'd have been better if she'd been murdered, but at least then we could give people some answers. Hold someone accountable.
And what would that change? You can't replace grief with anger. Believe me, I've tried. You should know this by now. Sometimes there are no answers. And the ones you do manage to find, they will never satisfy you.
You've been listening to DC High Volume, Batman, Nightwing Year One, and The Fool's Journey. Nightwing Year One comic written by Scott Beatty and Chuck Dixon, with artwork by Scott McDaniel. The Fool's Journey based on the story from Batman Black and White No. 4, written by Becky Cloonan and illustrated by Terry Dodson, released in 2021. Directed by Fred Greenhalgh. Audio adaptation by Fred Greenhalgh, Roshan Singh Sambi, and Scott Lee Chua. Batman created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger. Nightwing created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Starring Jason Spizak as Batman and Will Friedle as Nightwing, with Hudson Paul as Jason Todd. Also starring Luis Bermudez, Hayden Bishop, Zach Paul Brown, Jalen Cassell, Ned Donovan, Richard Epcar, Brian Finney, Nick Fisher, Edward Gelhaus, Tommy Kang, Ozma Caston, Mike Pilata, Jay Paulson, Stephanie Shea, Josh Sterling, Edward Stonegard, Casey Turner, Simon Vance, and Mile Yante, with crowd voices by Philip Hobby, Heather Irish, Tony Riley, William Walker, and Ashanti Williams. Casting by Sunday Bowling Kennedy and Meg Mormon CSA. Produced by Fred Greenhalgh and Roshan Singh Sambi. Executive producers for DC, Mike Pilata and Victor Diaz. Executive producers for Realm, Molly Barton and Carly Migliori. Production manager, Jordan Aconcia. Music composed by Sam Ewing and Perrine Virgil. Additional music by Marcus Thorne Bagala. Supervising sound design and mix by Jeff Schmidt. Additional sound design by Jonathan Roberts. Dialogue editing by Chia Yem Chong. Additional production support by Ondas Productions. Assistant editor Jamie Leidwinger. Associate producer Andrew Kwan. Production services provided by Realm. Video editor Tasha Carter. Recorded at Real Voice LA, CityVox, The Orange Lounge, and Acadia Recording Company. This podcast was recorded under a SAG-AFTRA agreement. Based on characters from DC, the characters and events depicted in this podcast are fictional. Any similarity to any actual person, living or dead, or to any actual events, firms, places, and institutions or other entities is coincidental and unintentional. This podcast is protected under the laws of the United States and other countries, and its unauthorized duplication, distribution, or exhibition may result in civil liability and criminal prosecution. Copyright and trademark DC. All rights reserved.